Hello and welcome to Real Whispers. We're still really excited about The Dark Knight Rises, so we decided to record a feature on it. Now, beware, we do discuss a lot of spoilers, so if you've not seen the film yet, I wouldn't continue watching.
Okay, we've seen The Dark Knight Rises several times now. I've seen it 3 times myself. You're on your second.
I've seen it
believe.
twice.
Okay.
I went to the giant screen in Birmingham twice.
I went to the giant screen in Birmingham for the first seeing. I've seen it in just a regular cinema the other 2 times. And I'm still quite excited about it. I think I could see it 4 times at the cinema.
Oh, I could see it. Yeah, I could definitely see it 1, 2 more times.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to having it on Blu-ray to watch it at home as well.
Has it improved with your second viewing?
I just had a conversation today actually where I do. The second screening I thought did improve my experience of it. When you watch it the first time, it's very big on spectacle. It is a wonderful visual piece and it blows you away. And then the second time, it definitely allowed me to concentrate on the finer details because it's full of them. So yeah, it did.
Okay, when I saw it the second time, I think there were certain plot points which had confused me the first time that made sense, which was good. So, for example, when Commissioner Gordon is shot, he falls into the sewer. Joseph Gordon-Levitt finds him straight away. First time I saw that, I didn't understand why.
Yeah, but I did understand. And where did we pick up? Because the boy from the orphanage was found there earlier by Levitt as well. So you said there was another plot point.
Okay, the other one was when Catwoman...
She's not called Catwoman.
Oh, come on, we can call her Catwoman, can't
She's
we?
She's a cat burglar.
Serena Kyle. Essentially... Selena, yes. I'm useless with names. Anyway, in my review for Dark Knight Rises, I don't call Bane. I call him Bale because I'm thinking of Christian Bale. So if you notice that, sorry.
Well done.
Anyway, when Selena Kyle captures John Daggett and top of the building, leading him out, all of Bane's thugs from the Leagues of Shadows surround them. Batman turns up instantly. And I thought, well, that's a bit of a, coincidence. But, second time I viewed it, I remembered that the reason why there is a connection between Bane and John Daggett is discovered by Alfred because Bane secured mining operations for John Daggett.
And he says, our friend Daggett, doesn't he?
Yes, so Batman knew exactly where to find him. So that was cleared up. I mean, sometimes when you watch a film, things might not make sense, but when I first watched The Dark Knight Rises, those things just jumped out at me. It's like, that didn't make sense, which I thought was weird. But on repeat viewing, yeah, okay, made sense.
Another thing, though, that has been pointed out to us quite a few times by some of our friends, plot-wise, no one's happy with how Bruce Wayne gets back to Gotham City once he's been in the pit.
Didn't bother me.
And he's been away for, I think it's 4 months, is it? And he comes back and he just appears in Gotham City. And a lot of people have said, well, how did that happen? It didn't bother me. Did you say there?
He's Batman, get over it. I
thought that.
What?
Particularly in Batman Begins, we see that he's a very resourceful, let's call him an entrepreneur, whatever. And he knows how to get around the world comfortably when times are low. I don't have a problem. He had weeks. Was it weeks? I think it was 3 weeks.
I think when it first
No, I think it was
arrived.
3 weeks. Anyway, he had ample time to get there. Wasn't a problem for me. I don't know why people are complaining about that. And was there any other...
There was something that I picked up which was actually okay, it annoyed me. The third time I watched it, because I'd seen it twice, I knew everything that was going to happen, so I could start concentrating on other things. In the fight sequence at the end, I wasn't watching Bane and Batman. I was watching all the extras in the background who are fighting. If you return to that scene, when police first charge all the League of Shadows, you can very clearly see them run past one another.
Yeah, I noticed that in the second viewing.
Okay, no one grabs each other to fight, they just go straight past each other, because obviously you don't really want to hit someone.
But it's almost as though they're like, you're my man, you're who I'm supposed to be fighting, I've got to fight him. And I noticed it only little, and a wide shot. You noticed it a bit more.
Well, okay. Going the scene straight after that, so when you actually see people fighting each other, it looks really fake. Okay, your eye's not meant to be drawn to the background, but essentially you've just got people who are fighting like this. was very difficult not to burst out laughing when watching it. So if you do get an opportunity to see it again, or when the film comes out on Blu-ray and DVD, buy it and sort of pause it in those sequences, because it looks pretty stupid, which is a bit disappointing, because I'm sure if you watch something like Braveheart or Lord of the Rings, the fighting that's going on in the background is actually well choreographed.
I don't think it's a problem
impressive.
the first time you see it, though.
No, didn't notice it
Because
at all.
you're so enthralled by Bane fighting Batman, and your eyes cannot be torn away from them. That's the concentration. So it does work.
It doesn't
I imagine
ruin
on a
the film.
smaller screen it would be less distracting for you.
Yeah, no, I'm being pernickety. It was quite funny to see, and it's something that I thought, oh, okay, that could have been better. But, you know, it doesn't ruin the film. It's a great film.
And there's 1,000 extras there as well. I mean, it's a massive scene. It is quite impressive anyway to have that amount of people, regardless. I really like the snow aspect in that scene as well.
What did you think of the twist regarding Ra's al Ghul's daughter?
So, spoiler, we're on about Marion Tate, isn't it? That's her character.
Yes.
And is that her name?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's was it Talia, something along those lines? The actual
Talia
real
al
name,
Ghul.
but Marion Tate. Yeah.
Yeah. I did expect it to be her. In fact, the second time I watched it, Chief Commissioner Gordon gives her the Geiger counter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like screaming, no, don't give her that, because it's obviously she's going to mess them around.
Well, I've got a complete blind spot when it comes to Ra's al Ghul.
It's Miranda Tate, isn't it?
Miranda Tate.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyway.
Again, useless at names. I've got a complete blind spot when it comes to Ra's al Ghul, because when I first watched Batman Begins, I saw that Ken Watanabe was cast as Ra's al Ghul, and I thought, that's interesting. Ken Watanabe looks nothing like Ra's al Ghul. I then noticed Liam Neeson was in the film and think, oh, that's funny. Liam Neeson looks exactly like Ra's al Ghul. I still didn't make the connection. Similarly with The Dark Knight Rises, I knew that Ra's al Ghul had a daughter and not a son. So when it said Ra's al Ghul's son, still didn't make the connection. I'm a bit of an idiot when regards to that. But I just want to say, I called that Robin would be in the film.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Unfortunately.
So you thought that Catwoman was going to be behind it?
I thought Selena Kyle would be a bit more of a menace to Batman. I did, and she was. She does prove to be. She is the reason that Batman and Bruce Wayne gets critically injured. Mm-hmm. She is the reason, and so for that point, yes. And there's a really lovely moment actually with it where she turns and she talks to Levitt's Blake. Is it Blake?
John Blake.
Yeah, and so he asks her, how is our friend? And she goes, I really don't know. And I thought it was a really nice moment where she turns in. I thought she was an excellent cat burglar, Catwoman.
Okay.
And I thought Levitt was excellent in the film as well. But I did go away thinking that Tom Hardy was extraordinary in the film. It's remarkable to watch him because he has a mask. And the important thing with actors and listening, a lot of people have moaned about his voice and that they don't understand the words. You've got to see a mouth. You've got to see a mouth to understand what they're saying. And because you don't see his mouth, the things that he does with his sheer physicality, because he's massive, and his eyes, I think he's exceptional in the film.
Okay. The final thing I want to ask you about, the last shot where you... Well, not the very last shot, because that's of John Blake, but when you're looking at Alfred and he looks up and he sees Bruce Wayne, or did you need that shot of that? For me, when Alfred is looking at the camera and he just sort of goes...
Well, it could have been Blake in the Batcave first, because he's been given the keys to the Batcave at the end. I think that should have come... There's a little shot of Michael Caine taking his spot in, is it Florence? And he sits down, you know where he is, and you know his fantasy, because the film explains it. I could have had Blake then, and everything else tie up. Back to Michael Caine, he looks at the camera, just a little smile. I could have cut very, very happily. I was actually disappointed that we got the reverse.
I just wanted a little bit of ambiguity. I don't think it was necessary, but otherwise, it was an excellent film.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Thank you for watching. For more features and reviews, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, that's real.whispers, and follow us on Twitter @realwhispers. Send us your reviews and we will retweet them.